I'm getting yelled at on Twitter right now, but it's okay.
About what?
Honestly, because I made fun of TikTok, it's fine.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm on TikTok.
No, I never go on TikTok, and like someone sent me one and it opens the app when you do it, and then I clicked out of it, and then it was whatever was on the home screen, and it was some like old song. So I clicked the sound, and I just was like, this is making me feel crazy because I just kept flipping through. Oh yeah. I just kept flipping through the sound. Obviously no, but it just makes you feel crazy. And
did people make fun of you because it's a bunch of girls?
No, people they think that I don't know that I clicked a sound. They're like, oh, he's so stupid. But it's fine.
Twitter is such a cesspool.
And people are like quote tweeting me and being like, oh yeah, like anyone can click this.
Oh my God, no. You're getting dragged. Local man.
What does it say? Local man clicks on a trending sound.
Surprised people having fun with the trend.
It was a dumb joke.
Don't make dumb jokes on Twitter.
That's the thing. Well, also, you never know like what people are going to glom onto, you know what I mean? So like,
oh yeah, for sure.
And it sucks because I'll write a tweet and I'll go, well, I did it. You're the funniest man in the world. And
they're being so nice to you.
You clicked on a sound of a dumbass. Of course there's, yeah, I know what I did. I like that you're getting so much pleasure out of everyone.
I mean, listen, people say all sorts of things to me, so it's nice to see someone else get dragged.
But it's funny because I tell people like, I see you go through it. Like being sincere on Twitter is like just,
oh God,
it's like putting a kick me sign.
Did you see the girl who tweeted that she goes into the garden with her husband? And
yes,
yeah,
that's a perfect, like,
that was wild.
And people were screenshotting. So if, for those of you who don't know, I think she said like, there's nothing like waking up and going into my garden with my husband and drinking tea.
Yeah.
It's the most relaxing thing.
Yeah, and we can do it for hours every morning.
And the thing is, once a tweet hits anywhere above like, I don't know, 1,000 likes, it starts to like hit the algorithm, and it starts to hit just creatures who come out of the
That's a good way to put it.
And they start,
there it is.
They start picking it apart, and they think they
take it so personally.
It's such a sweet tweet.
Yeah.
She loves hanging out with her husband, but then what happened was some guy, like, people were like, actually, a lot of people can't afford gardens, and this is like...
Which is like valid, I guess, but...
Yeah, so...
It's also like, not everything in the world is going to apply to you. You're not like the main character of the universe.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes
this is just for my followers who know that I'm an idiot, and I like to scroll through the same sound and make it sound stupid.
Like, imagine like making a whole tweet, like being like, you're stupid. Like,
that's another, imagine taking the time as someone who takes the time to tweet at people.
That's so true. I basically did tweet at her and was like, you're stupid.
We got here because you were yelling at us.
Because I was that. I was this.
No, but that was kind of when, not to joke about it, I was genuinely a little bit curious, because I think she was saying, she being Elizabeth Warren. Yes. Oh, I wish I had the tweet. But she was basically responding to like Jerome Powell's decision to hike rates, and she was basically like, this is irresponsible, that, or I think when he went to go speak to Congress, she was asking him like, can the Fed do anything about oil prices? Can the Fed do anything about the crisis in Ukraine? Can they do anything about corporate profits? Can they do, you know what I mean? Yeah. And he was like, no, of course not. Her point being, those are the real causes of inflation. You can't actually do anything about it.
Yeah.
And you said...
She tweeted out, Federal Reserve Chair Powell just announced another extreme interest rate hike while forecasting higher unemployment. I've been warning that Chair Powell's Fed would throw millions of Americans out of work, and I fear that he's already on the path to doing so. And this was in September, so a month ago.
Yeah.
This is...
The economy's
like
changed.
A year ago.
It's always changing. That's the fun thing about it.
But I said to her, this is an incredibly irresponsible thing to tweet. And people underneath were like, I disagree with you. Like, why do you not like this? And basically the reason
and for the record, I don't disagree with you. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Because
it's okay if you disagree.
Yeah. No, I don't. I was just curious.
Yeah. Well, I think the reason I said it in the first place was it's sort of like, this is what they've been mandated to do. And I don't think the original tweet had enough context on like why they're doing what they're doing. So like the way that she is saying it is like, the Fed is doing this major rate hike, everybody, and they're going to put you out of work. And I've been saying that they shouldn't do that. But it's like... that is the toolkit that they have. And I don't mean to be like a Fed apologist about it, but like, I do think that if you're an elected representative, you have to provide that additional context to people so they know why all these dominoes are tipping. Just saying, hey, everybody, he's putting you out of work, sorry, like that doesn't help.
Right. Yeah. She needs to include, the real truth is that we actually won't do anything in Congress.
Yeah. that they're also responsible.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that would be great. I mean, I'm sure you saw it. This was a while ago at this point. Like the Joe Biden did like a little Wall Street Journal op-ed. I'm sure he wrote it, but he was basically like, I'm going to let the Fed do their thing. Yeah. They're going to lead.
Yeah.
And he was basically like,
I remember.
I am not doing this. Yeah. The Fed is doing it.
Well, in my interview with Mary Daly, she said that like half of the inflation comes from the demand side, half comes from the supply side. So so like they're responsible for half of the fixing half of the inflation. The government is, if you go by that mindset, right? That's also the issue, is that they are responsible for fixing it. But the Fed is technically responsible for fixing it. So it's easy for them to be like, well, the Fed is responsible for price stability. That's why they're there.
Honestly, now that you're saying it, I'm kind of like, if I was the Fed, I'd be like, fuck you guys. I'm tired of you guys yelling at me. We're just going to hit the button. We're going to fucking do it. Okay?
People have said that.
We'll bring prices down.
Yeah,
if you want us
to.
Yeah. All right?
Yeah.
The government won't do anything. You guys are screaming at me.
Yeah. It's such a hard job. I can't even imagine. Yeah.
What do you think about this? We parent trap the U.S. government and the Fed.
Okay.
We get them in the same room. We make them fall in love and work together to solve the problem.
I think that would be awesome. It'd be functional, which would be a good change.
It'll be what?
Functional.
Right? I like that.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit more about the the other side of it, though? Like, what do you think about the people who say we've pumped too much money into the economy, into Wall Street? Yeah. There is a part of me that finds that argument a little bit persuasive. When you talk about like a lot of money coming out of like crypto and, I mean, also when we talked about this on the show, you see those headlines of, and it's a great headline, the Americans have lost $9 trillion over the past whatever, right? But really that's coming, I think it was like 8 point something trillion was from like the top 10% probably.
Yeah.
Average Americans aren't as exposed to the
top 1% of Americans own 50% of stocks.
Yeah, or I think, and you were saying the top 10% own 50, and then the top 1% own like 89%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or did I say it wrong?
Oh, no, I don't remember exactly, but that doesn't make sense mathematically. Anyway, but yeah.
We're not a math show. We're not an MIT fucking...
But essentially, right, like, and this is also what, not to keep on bringing up Mary. And
no, bring up Mary as much as you want, all right?
My interview.
Mary's
but,
great.
That was also what she was saying, is that, like, the distribution of assets is not equal. Like houses, stocks, all that stuff.
Right,
so. But what you're saying is, like, did the Fed inflate the bubble a little bit too much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think part of the argument for people who are talking about it in that way, they were like, we are going to have to pay for this at some point. It might as well be now.
Oh, my God. So I kind of hate that mindset. And I guess it makes sense. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, we need a recession to like clean out the gutters of the economy, like all this stuff. And it's like, I don't know if we necessarily need that. I do think that there's been excess, and like, a little bit of a pullback is good for the reallocation of excess. Like, the valuations that were being attached to some of these crypto companies were just unsustainable. But that's also the fault of maybe not the Federal Reserve, but also VC, PE firms, hedge funds, right, who are allocating this capital. So I think it's sort of like, if you want to place the blame, you have to do it in a tiered way, like doing one of those tier charts.
Right.